I've never been fishing ever, so today we're going fly fishing. We're outside, but we're inside, and of course it's a food truck, so we wanted to show you the front, but when you come back here, it's actually a kitchen as well.
So what kind of breed is Romeo? He has some pretty colors.
This is like if you like pineapple on your pizza, then you probably would like this too.
What would you say to everyone who's listening about women empowerment and giving a positive message to maybe the little girls who are watching right now and uplifting them?
We're going to get you into what we call pizza, and that's like a little triangle, and we want this to be a big pizza.
Okay. I do love pizza, so this works out well.
You can see him here too. We can show him to the camera. He's completely split down the center, and he's what, a 1 in 50 million chance?
Exactly.
Here's a reminder to stop putting off those well-deserved breaks. Today is National Plan for Vacation Day.
What's it like to play music as not only a duo, but also a couple?
Today we're learning all about red snappers.
You have to see this newly released recording showing a Burmese python swallowing an entire deer. I don't know about this. We survived April Fool's Day. Todd, did you get pranked?
The snack that smiles back is getting rebranded to attract adults.
Sometimes when you walk into a business, there may be a store cat or dog, but what about a cow?
You want to chew on the beard?
Adam Hensby is the owner of A&G Shooting in Fairfield. He hired an utterly cute shop cow last Tuesday.
He's the ambassador of goodwill around here, I guess. Didn't plan on having a cow, but now we have a cow, so what do you do with a cow? You treat it like a dog and you bring it to work.
1 week on the job today. It's time for performance review.
Oh, excellent, top notch.
And he's already gained quite the following.
Yeah, as a local celebrity.
Adam tells us the new employee has certainly caused a stampede into the store.
He's brought in more people. I don't know what business, but a lot of smiling faces.
People are definitely surprised. I think the most I hear is, oh, it's a goat or a moose or a deer. They're not used to seeing a cow, especially in a gun shop.
Employees are just as starstruck by their furry coworker.
He raises spirits. He's quite a character. He's awesome for morale.
My favorite thing to do is probably sit on the floor, and he'll come and sit right on my lap and just chill.
Some people have asked how much for the cow. What would you say to them?
Priceless. Not for sale. No way.
Logan Hoffman, WABI TV5 News, Fairfield. These may look like everyday cookies, but what if we told you there's seaweed in them?
I think of them as like nutritious, colorful sprinkles.
Jessie Mullen is a marine biologist by nature and recently added baker to her resume. Teaching at the Maine Maritime Academy, she keeps her lessons tangled with seaweed.
I feed my students every Friday, and they know it is Foodie Friday.
Jessie introduces her students to foods with seaweed every week. Some students are on the fence.
You can see on their faces that they're really unsure, like, I'm not sure it's for me.
Most are pleasantly surprised.
I like it. Sometimes they might like the flavor, but the texture is different for them.
Combining her two passions, she opened Bubba OG Bakery. If you're not a fan of seaweed, Jessie sells 4 other cookie flavors too. Over 50% of the ingredients are sourced from Maine.
All of the flour comes from Maine grains. That's milled in Skowhegan. The eggs are coming from Waldoboro.
Better yet, these cookies come ready to bake.
I always think of it as like frozen meatballs, where you cook it off, or in this case, you bake it off when you want, how many you want. So if you're an early morning riser and you feel like you want to have a oatmeal butterscotch cookie at 2 a.m. and you have just a small toaster oven, you could bake off just 1 cookie.
Logan Hoffman, WABI News, Herman.
You've seen the Olympics before, right? Forget that. That's not going to happen.
Bill Whitcomb owns the Herman Mountain ski area. He's going to help me get ready, but first has some advice.
The whole key to what you're going to do today is to learn to stand up, fall down, turn right and left, and stop. And if you accomplish that on your first lesson, you've done very well. We're going to start out with a boot.
Buckles to the outside.
Buckles to the outside. How tall are you?
5'5".
5'5". The next thing you think you're probably going to want is poles. You don't. Us old folks, we got to have them for crutches. All right, now we got to find you a helmet. There's a medium. All right, grab your stuff.
Ready.
And away we go.
How is that for tightness?
It's tight, but it probably should be, right? Patrick, how long have you been skiing?
I have been skiing just about my whole life. I learned when I was 3, 4 years old. I think my first time ever on a hill before I took lessons, I was 2 years old.
So what do we do first?
We're gonna walk up the hill just a little bit, get you on some almost flat ground. You're gonna put your bottom hill boot in first.
So I'm just gonna push that right here.
So you're gonna get your toe in first, and you're gonna press back on the back of your foot.
Whoa.
There, so you're locked into that ski. There you go.
Boy.
Okay.
Whoa.
Now we're gonna get you into what we call pizza, and that's like a little triangle. And we want this to be a big pizza.
Okay. I do love pizza, so this works out well.
Try to inch forward towards me. There you go. Keep the arms down to your side as best as you can. Do all the action with your legs. Nice. There you go. Now widen out.
Whoa,
widen
whoa,
out.
whoa, 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 whoa,
You can
whoa.
put your arms on me. When you're like this, you want your edges to dig into the hill.
What does this do?
This keeps you in place. So making it a little bit more narrow. There you go. Now widen out. Widen the backs out. Excellent. Look at that.
Just that alone, your legs feel so tired already.
And now it just goes back to basic learning how to walk.
That was fun. All right, so where are we going now?
Let's go right here. Green light. Red light. Nice. Let's see if we can implement a little bit of turning. I'll try to show you what the
I'm having trouble figuring that out in my head.
It's really complicated. When you turn, this one's digging in, the edge is digging in a little bit more. Now let's see if we can go this way.
You said turn? Am I turning this way?
That was really good.
Do you want me to keep going this way?
Yep.
Woo!
Pizza, pizza. There you go.
It wouldn't be an official first lesson without falling a few times. I eventually started to get the hang of it. I came back for a few lessons, and this is where I'm at now. A special thanks to Patrick and George, one of Herman Mountain ski instructors, for helping me get my ski legs. Logan Hoffman, WABI News, Herman.